Okay, good morning everyone. I am just pulling up to my first yard sale. I'm gonna hit 6 yard sales today. This ain't good. I don't see a sign for this one.
Your destination is on the left.
I put in a random address. This is actually one of the sales. These sales always do this too, where they don't put in the exact address. They just put in a street, and then they do this crap. Although, granted, the weather is not good this morning. It rained last night, so I'm not too surprised that the people didn't have their sale. Damn. All right, we're gonna hit 5 garage sales today. That stinks. Pulling up at a church sale here.
Turn right, then turn right. Your destination is on the left.
Looks like a pretty good crowd. Let's see if I can, actually really good crowd for 8 in the morning. Cool. There's a lot of people here, y'all. Lots of people. Looks like I got a good spot in case I get something big.
Need a bag? Thank you. Appreciate it. How about you? Need a bag?
Church sale, well, there were a few things I was interested in at the church sale, but they were overpriced, so I didn't end up buying anything. Oh man, excuse me. That place was so crowded too. Oh, I couldn't move in there.
Turn left onto Bryce Canyon Drive.
I do not like those kind of super crowded situations where people are like bumping into you and you're just showing. Oh man, I can't handle that.
In a quarter mile, you will arrive at your destination.
Don't like it, but so that was part of the reason too. I got out of there kind of quick. I like all those people being so close to me. I did look through the like electronics and stuff pretty well, so I feel pretty confident I didn't pass anything really good by. Pulling up on another one. It's like a
You've arrived.
It's like a pretty good many people here too. People are out and about. Weather's kind of crappy. So I'm gonna have to park out here somewhere. should I go? Guess I'll put it right here.
Y'all.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, so quick recap. I went to a few garage sales this morning. All I bought were a notepad and some labels for myself. I spent $1. Came back, took some photos of some stuff, like about 20 of those Batman models. I want to really try and get those knocked out today because I had a lot of them. I've done over 50 of them so far. Then I watched the LSU basketball game. It was their game versus Florida. Florida wins. Wins at the buzzer, basically. Florida hit a three at with about 1 second left. A little over 1 second, and they end up winning. And I dropped my stuff at the post office just now. 4 packages went out today. Pretty slow day for that. And now I'm gonna head back home and try and get some stuff listed. So, that hasn't been a terrific day today. So, you know, some days everything just seems to click, and some days everything seems like kind of a struggle. Sometimes that's just the way it is, I guess. I've been trying to collect a few questions y'all been asking in the comments to answer. And yeah, we're not going to do the commentador today. I'm going to actually pick them myself. So let's see. First one up, Jason Hamilton. Lonnie, what do you mean by BOLO? And that's a good question, because I think a lot of times if we have a little experience with reselling, we start tossing around, or in any career field or hobby or anything, you start tossing around acronyms and you assume that other people know what they mean, and a lot of people don't. So that's a good question. BOLO is be on lookout. B-O-L-O, be on lookout. So when somebody says a certain item is a BOLO, that means if you see that item, then you should strongly consider picking it up, or at least doing a little research and seeing if you want to pick it up. So that's what a BOLO is. Good question, Jason. Okay, next up is from Zach Hardaway. Where did you get all those Batman models in those cases? Okay, and he's talking about, I actually have a bunch of them. They're these guys here. These are all like loose, like that. And then I have, go around here real quick. I have these on the other side. These are actually all listed now. I finished listing the Batman guys today. And then I also have, in addition to those, I have some over here that are actually in the bags with the magazines. So I got those from a large bulk buy a couple of weeks ago from my source. I paid $900, and I filled my van with inventory. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and let me make a note. I'm going to link the video where that haul happened, and you can actually see everything that came in that lot of stuff whenever I bought it. So link to video. I need to write that down just in case I decide I'm going to link something else. But yeah, just go watch that video if you want, and it'll show you exactly everything that I got in that $900 haul. Good question. Okay, next question is from Hanger Hut. How do you calculate your shipping on your first class items? I notice you have different amounts. Do you use the calculate shipping for first class? I typically will use calculated shipping on just about everything, and I usually guess what the weight is, and if I think it's going to be close, I'll throw it on the scale.
You know, I kind of weigh it in my hand. It feels like probably once it's, you know, and then it'll depend on if it has to go in a box or an envelope or whatever. Like I know most, you know, usually a video game, I'll put it at like 5 ounces or something like that. Some other things I might know are going to be 4 ounces or less. You know, I just guess just from experience. Sometimes I'm a little high, sometimes a little low. It's not a big deal. I'm pretty good at guessing the weights, but I usually do calculated shipping on most stuff. Sometimes I do flat on first class, and sometimes I do free shipping too. So, but mostly it's calculated. All right, Doug Schmidt asked, what is the purpose of a second account? And then also, Dad of the Midwest asked, Lonnie, what is the advantage of having 2 stores rather than 1 large store? So, one of the big advantages is if you have 2 stores, if you have 2 premium level stores, then you have 1,000 free listings in each store per month, which is a pretty good deal, you know. So there is no store in between premium, which is $60 a month, and Anchor, which is whatever it is. What is it, $300 a month or something? So there's no store in between that has like 2,000 listings. So if I don't want to go from 60 to 300, then I figured having 2 premium stores is a good way to go. And then maybe I'll have another one later too, you know. And plus it's also possible that you could get an account suspended for something. And, you know, I know sometimes they will shut down both stores. Sometimes they won't. I've asked that before. You know, somebody gets suspended. They had another store. Hey, did your other store get shut down too? No. I'm like, oh, okay. So, you know, I mean, there's a few reasons. Or you may, wasn't necessarily my reason, but some people may want to really like niche up in a second store. Like maybe all they'll sell is video games, or all they'll sell is books or whatever, right? Make it like really a specialized store, so that people, when they go to that store, they like are more likely to browse that store. So I don't know, there's a few different reasons. My main one was that I wanted 2 premium stores. So I pay $60 a month for each one of them. It made more sense to me than just paying for additional listings on the other store. So that's why I do it. All right, John Doe. Lonnie, do you do any free shipping or all buy or pay shipping? I do some free shipping. These razors, y'all been seeing me sell, they're in this box. These like vintage razors. For whatever reason, I can't tell you why. There might have been another listing that had it, and I said, okay, I'll do it like that. But I did free shipping on those. $13.99 free ship. So I mean, I do it occasionally. It's not a big deal. What I have done, excuse me, golly, that was a big yawn. What I have done, like one thing that I do like about charging shipping on stuff that you could, you know, ordinarily do free shipping on, or most people do free shipping on, is like these video games, for instance. The way I set up the shipping on these, I think this is how I do it anyway. First game you buy is $4 to ship. Each additional game you add to the order is 75 cents on top of the $4. So the more video games you buy, the more you like, the better deal you're going to get on shipping, right? So I feel like in some cases like that, doing flat shipping plus a combined shipping kind of thing like that could maybe make orders bigger, you know. I'm not going to get too deep into the free versus calculated, because honestly, I think I can make cases for both. So, but yeah, I do very little free shipping. All right, Curtis Witten asked, is that Sergeant Slaughter in the box of G.I. Joes? And yes, it is Sergeant Slaughter. Yeah, hang on. Let's grab him out of here. He's talking about this. Somebody else, who was it? Somebody, I'm trying to remember. Was it John Jones? Somebody, they said whenever I was like showing these G.I. Joes, They said it looked like the Village People, and I was like, I thought the exact same thing. So this, I believe, right here is Sergeant Slaughter. So this is how I listed these. I pictured each one of them, and I put them all at auction, 7-day auction, starting at $4.99 a piece. So we will see how those go. But yes, that was indeed Sergeant Slaughter. Okay, Brian Boutet. I think I'm saying that right. Brian Boutet. If you use the GSP, which is Global Shipping Program, on eBay and have free shipping, how does that work? Thanks, whoever can help me out. Somebody did answer that question right below. So thank you for doing that. But I wanted to answer it here too. If you use GSP and you have free shipping on that item, then you still free ship. Okay, whenever you use Global Shipping Program, your customer buys your item, they pay all the shipping, and they're gonna pay two different shipping rates. Okay, they're gonna pay one time for you to ship the item from wherever you're at to the Pitney Bowes shipping center in Kentucky. All right, and then they will take your item from there and ship it to the customer. But you are only responsible for getting that item to Kentucky. Whenever you go to, and it'll be transparent to you. Whenever you go to print the label on eBay system, it's going to automatically print up the label to Kentucky, and you don't even know where it's going. Like, there is a way you can find out. You can look at like the invoice or sales record or something, and you can figure out where it's going. But all you have to do, if you're a free shipper, you will be shipping it free to Kentucky. And then from there, it's not your problem. So yeah, it doesn't really, it's fine. If you do free shipping, it's just like if you were shipping to somebody in the United States, because you kind of are. Okay, I had a video a while back where, let's give a little history on this, where somebody did a return on a video, one of these video games actually. It was a Pirates game. And they said it didn't work or whatever, and I said return it. And, you know, it did work because I tested all of them. But I said return, you know, if that's fine, I accept the return. They sent back an empty envelope. And I have a video on all that. But ultimately, eBay sided with the buyer and gave them their money back. When they did the return, they sent to me an empty envelope that an NES game couldn't even fit into anyway. So like, there was no chance it came out or anything. And whenever I called eBay to complain, they basically sided in the buyer's favor. And I made a video about this. I'll link that video down below too. eBay empty envelope. All right. So eBay actually decided in the buyer's favor, and they got their money back. Then what I did was I contacted eBay for Business on Facebook. You just go to the eBay for Business page, and then you message them. And I typed in my message, and then, I don't know, it was a pretty quick response. Like 12 hours later, they answered me. I told them what was going on, and they said no problem. And they immediately PayPal'd the money to me that I had lost from that case. So eBay for Business is awesome. They are reasonable and understanding, whereas the normal customer support people, I feel like they are not. They're kind of like, I don't think they're bad people. I just think they're not empowered to make good decisions, whereas the eBay for Business people on Facebook are very empowered. So yeah, that turned out fine in the end, but it was a big pain in the ass. I did get my money back. And when I was leaving feedback a couple of weeks ago, I was going through and leaving feedback on that second account where that went down, where that happened. And I saw that I had not left feedback for Pirates. And you know what? Whenever I went to look at their account, no longer a registered user. So eBay banned their account, or whatever the heck they call it. suspended or close their account or whatever after they shafted me. So yeah, it ended okay, but it was a bigger pain in the butt to deal with than it should have been. So anyways, guys, I am going to go cook some steaks and probably have a few rum and Diet Cokes or rum and Coke Zeros with Candace and stuff, and edit this video later. Hope y'all have a great weekend. I'm hoping I can hit some yard sales tomorrow. So hopefully I'll be able to show y'all that then. The weather so far this year has not been cooperating at all. I should have had a lot more garage sale stuff than I have so far. But y'all take care. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.